Thank you. Hi, my name's Kevin, and our game is Uplifting. You might remember that. Oh yeah, I do have a team. It wasn't just me. So, let's see. I have myself as a designer and the team lead. Paul Weiler here is a designer and programmer. Jen is one of our artists. Anthony is another artist. Matt is a programmer and designer. And Sean is our programmer. So we had a pretty well-rounded team. Oh, where's Nathan? Did he have to go? Okay. And we had another producer who did our sound and stuff for us. So yeah, we had a great team. If some of you remember my pitch, it was about like the complete unfeasibility of building a space elevator, and I kind of wanted to make fun of that. And after doing a lot of research on space elevators, I used a big study that came out last year from the International Aeronautics Association because actual numbers were really hard to find. I found that I was really interested in this and excited because while the cost is really high, it's not unfeasible, and we're just waiting for a little bit of technology to catch up, and it really could happen. So it's exciting and kind of reinforces the fact of why we're all here in the first place, to get excited about space again. Yeah, you can go ahead and get going.
Right. We got audio coming out of the laptop here, so we're going to turn it up a lot.
Oh yeah, I do have audio. Sweet. It's totally going to create the worst feedback loop of all time.
Space elevator.
Deploying the initial 2,000-ton counterweight costs about $46 billion. We went ahead and skipped the 240 Delta IV rockets that it would have taken to lift that up. We also kind of compressed most of the cable lifting into about 6 to 7 rockets per load. So it would only take about 10 loads instead of 60 to 70. And you know, that's $4 billion for every 10 loads. And these are calculated off of real material costs and the weight it would take to lift something up to geosynchronous orbit, which is where you would start the space elevator at. As you can see, he's dealing with hazards along the way, such as radiation damage to the tether and incoming asteroids. And we have to wait for each shipment of cable to go back up to the counterweight before the counterweight moves up as you add more to the tether. Yeah, NASA's unlimited budget is helping us complete the space elevator. It's a good idea. It will break if you get hit by an asteroid, and then you have to rebuild it, and it costs only slightly more money. Build another one. Uh-oh. We're only up to 70 billion. Again, this is just material cost, so we didn't actually calculate any of the manpower or international cooperation that would have required, you know, no money. Oh, there's the asteroid, it's coming. Nathan, our producer, pretty much spent half a day listening to different sounds from a sound library we have access to and put those sounds in. And he completed, you can see the elevator, it's going. He's still saving it from asteroids. Only took $82 billion of materials. Well, that's totally doable, right? I mean, what was our deficit? It's like over a trillion something? 17 trillion? Yeah, you know. Yes. Well, we sped it up just a little bit here. A mega project like this could take anywhere around like 10 years or so to actually complete, because you'd want to do it safely and not kind of like, let's just move out of the way of that asteroid. And it would take a long time to create the material. So that's the biggest thing holding us back right now is the material for the tether. We can only make a couple inches of it at a time and not 36,000 kilometers worth of it. So, but the scale of the distance here is relatively accurate. So, okay, are there any questions? Yes? Okay. I only heard part of your question, but okay. I used a lot of Wikipedia articles for like the Delta V rockets from NASA and things. I hope those are fairly accurate at this point. And a lot of the hard numbers from simulations run from the study. The study's called Space Elevators, and it's produced by some publishing company. Starts with Virginia something, but and the International Aeronautics Association, which is run by the UN. So the question was, do we plan to continue developing it? At this point in time, I don't think we are, unless we get some like really big interest. And I believe our original like intention for this was to be as accurate as possible. You know, we would love to have all the real numbers and make it a simulation type of game, and take almost like a civilization type of approach.
Thank you. So that was really, really cool, and that did not cost $82 billion to make.